Welcome to Comfort Traffic number 2. I would like to talk to you guys about a very important issue. It is called depression. Now, I'm wearing this suit because this might actually get your attention. Alright? Because, yes, even superheroes have depression. I mean, just think about the stuff that they have to go through day after day after day after day. I myself often have bouts with depression. My name is James Williams Jr. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to reveal my face. That was supposed to be so much more dramatic, but it wasn't. I am also an actor. Alright. I'm an actor fighting for jobs that no one wants to give me because no one wants a 5'3" hero or a villain, apparently. But here's the thing. Um, I don't suffer from depression because of my acting. I suffer from depression. I've been suffering from depression since I was 7 years old. I've also suffered from depression due to the fact that I didn't get to stay in the army. I didn't get a medical discharge. I got an honorable discharge, just didn't get a medical one because my integrity. I didn't know how messed up I was, and now that I know 10 years out, I was like, well, damn, if I would have known that when I got hurt in the first place. But certain doctors dropped the ball. They didn't give the full body check. And my complaint was mostly my knee, and they couldn't find anything wrong with it. I didn't want to be a sick call ranger, so I kept pushing. I'm paying for that now. Some of us aren't sick call rangers. But, alright, so depression is a very, very, it is not, it is not specifically curable. The only cure for depression is to not get depressed. I will be honest with you. I do have a psychiatrist. Thank you, Dr. Bishop. Shout out to Dr. Bishop. Shout out to all doctors that do mental health, because y'all don't understand that they probably need mental health dealing with people like me. All right. I went through some shit when I first got out, and I really felt depressed because I felt like a failure because I couldn't stay in the army, and I really want to stay in the army because I have nobody. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. I don't have any children. I don't have a legacy. And it is a damn shame that, I wasted a lot of my life trying to please people, trying to win back ex-girlfriends, trying to make my family happy instead of making myself happy. This is what led to depression. This is how I got into this fix, and there's no going back, and regretting my life, and all kinds of other stuff just keeps happening. Well, Monday I had a really bad bout with depression, because today is Wednesday, so Tuesday, Monday. Yeah, pretty sure it was Monday. It was either Monday or it was yesterday. If I'm not at work, I don't know what day of the week it is. So, and since I'm not working at what I want to do with my life, which is make movies and be acting, versus I'm going to school for police science and criminal justice and doing shit that I don't want to do, but I don't have a choice because no one would give me a chance and I need a job. So, to everybody who's made it, count your blessings. But even stars that have made it have also suffered from depression and they have also committed suicide. And depression is not something that you should take lightly. If someone is feeling depressed, you should probably figure out why they're feeling depressed. And if you're part of the problem, then you need to flip the script and start becoming part of the solution. The part of the problem that I have is that my family won't get out of my way so that I can achieve my goals now. Because I've spent the entire bulk of my life making sure everybody else made it, that I never made it myself. And now that I'm doing that, everybody's pissed off and they can kiss my ass because they don't support me. I have to support myself. I've been supporting myself for a very, very long time. I've given up money, I've given up hopes, I've given up dreams for other people. That also has added to my depression. And when you repeat yourself 25,000 times and the people that's supposed to give the most about you are part of the problem, not the solution, and they only add more to the problem and don't care that they're doing it, you figure out that, how much am I worth to y'all? Clearly nothing to my own family. So when I went to the army, man, I wanted a new start. When I went to the army, I found people who actually gave a damn about me versus my own family. I found real family in the army. Fusco, Low, The big black guy that was in the Navy, whose name I can't remember. I found some people who couldn't stand my ass. Drill Sergeant Stoltz, Drill Sergeant White. I found drill sergeants in one drill sergeant in Bravo that actually gave a shit. Drill Sergeant Robbins, I thank you. See, Drill Sergeant Stoltz and Drill Sergeant White, they didn't hate me at first until I got fucked up. And then they used these videos on Kung Fu Havoc #1 to bitch me out. Then when I went to golf, I got punked out by Drill Sergeant Walsh and some other little fucker. And at 37 years old, I don't handle threats very well because I've been fighting since I was 6 years old. Yeah, you guys might be able to shoot and kick my ass on the battlefield, but you'll never beat me in a street fight. Period. Because it's all I fucking know. When I got to Delta, that's when things got better until I got fucked up again. And my leg got messed up. My 3 drill sergeants that I love the most, Drill Sergeant Haynes, Drill Sergeant Allenberg, Drill Sergeant Amiskwa, a.k.a. Drill Sergeant Aztec Warrior, we all kind of did alright. Except for Drill Sergeant Aztec Warrior, now we butt heads a lot. He did not like me that much. But it was okay, because they were doing their damn job. And I didn't want to leave them. I did not want to leave Delta Company. I wanted to stay Delta Company. I would still have been 11 Bravo, because that's the MOS that I got. But I didn't want to leave. So I have all the killing training that I'm ever going to need in life. Not being able to execute it, not being able to stay in the Army, and having to come back home to the place that made me feel worthless and miserable. And every now and again, I feel worthless and miserable because of the depression that there is no cure to. They wanted me on meds, they wanted me on weed, and I refused to do that because I literally have saved 2 people from a heroin overdose. I've seen drugs in my biological family destroy people, and I have a fear of addiction, so I am not going to do drugs. You can barely get me to take Advil or Motrin. Now, when I had my hip replacement, I didn't have a choice. I had to take the drugs because I'm going to tell y'all something. The pain of having surgery like that is excruciating, and you're going to need those drugs. The downside of that is those drugs gave me illicit dreams and didn't help my depression because it had me looking in newspapers thinking that somehow or another my walker and I became Iron Man, and we flew to a strip club in Canada that I frequent often when I was in Canada, and I killed all the strippers. You have no idea how much it sucks to be getting on the internet and trying to find names of strip clubs that you went to in Canada, and if there was murders recently in Canada by some asshole with a walker, which was me. And the depression only like magnified after my surgery because then my dad died, and he was like the only person, like the only parent, the only true parent that I could talk to. My mom and I can't talk because she doesn't want to hear it. She doesn't want to take accountability, and neither does anybody in my family. No one really wants to take accountability for them screwing me out of my life and all kinds of other shit. And I know everybody's saying, "Oh, James, you're making excuses." No. Here's the difference between making an excuse and what's real. See, if it's real, it's not an excuse. When you don't get a choice, it's not an excuse. You ask a rape victim, did she want to be raped? I'm pretty sure that she or he, because men get raped too, would say, fuck no, I didn't want to get raped. But I basically been raped all my goddamn life because my family has always put themselves ahead of me. And that started at the beginning. From the day my siblings were born, my older sister and I have sucked. How she doesn't have depression is beyond me, but I have it. I have full-blown depression, and Dr. Bishop helped me a lot. Mass Effect. EA Sports, I want to thank you for Mass Effect. Because the original Mass Effect, which is over there for my PlayStation 3, that game has saved me so many times. Mass Effect Andromeda is my favorite of them all. I don't care what the rest of you SDWs or SJWs or whatever the hell the social justice warriors are. You all were wrong. And the game was rushed. And if the game wasn't rushed and they weren't so keyed up on Anthem, which I also bought, which totally freaking sucked because it was first person unless you were in the suit. And if you guys ever redo Anthem, you'd be better off redoing Titanfall versus Anthem, because Anthem, it really did fucking suck. I'm sorry. And you can't even see your character until you got into the suit, which again really sucked. The story would be great, but I'm stuck on one board and I can't finish it. So that's that. And I'm like, man, I should have never bought this damn game. If I would have known it was first person, I wouldn't have bought it. at all. I would not have bought it. Anyway, as I talked to my doctor before my dad died, when the depression was really the baddest, I wrote two graphic novels now, but I wrote one at first, and that was called Love 13. It's in my shed somewhere. Page Publishing has it. I do not have $2,000 to pay them to publish it, but I did pay them $2,000 to publish American Code of Witch. That should be coming soon. I don't know an exact date. They're still working on it. I think they're like touching it up or whatever, correcting some spellings and not changing any Japanese and Native American words. But that being said, I got stuff going on. I wish I had a woman to share it with, preferably my crush. You guys know who she is, the beautiful and breathtakingly gorgeous Zeta Zhang, who's never going to see this video. Anyway, Mass Effect Legendary Edition is what I'm on now. I'm almost done. I'm almost at the final battle. The doctor told me to make sure that I played that game whenever I got depressed, and I have. I played the shit out of Mass Effect. I mean, I played Mass Effect probably back to back to back to back to back to back. And one weekend I played it from like the moment I got off from work until Sunday. Beat the whole thing in 3 days. I just kept the story going. I just kept the story going because when depression hits you, man, it has no mercy. And it hits you like a ton of bricks. And there's nothing worse than being depressed. There is nothing on earth worse than being depressed. And I mean nothing. There's absolutely, positively nothing. Now I want to thank all my friends. My bros, BJ, Adrian, Russell. I want to thank them. However, my other bro, Courtney Monroe, thank you for being there too. And in some cases more than the three I've named. But they all have children, including Courtney. And they've all taken the time to take care of me. Because no one else will. Not even me. And sometimes when you put everyone before yourself, you tend to forget about yourself, which also leads to depression. And I have put myself on the back burner because I'm so used to not even being worth putting myself on the front burner because no one really cares how much you care about yourself unless they give a shit about you. When it's hard for you to give a shit about yourself because you've been through so much shit, it gets worse and worse. And depression was eating me up. And this week, I did have a bad bout with depression. And I mean, it was bad. It wasn't like I'm going to go home and commit suicide, because I was already at home. But I was in so much rage, man. And I'm a rageaholic. I'm not going to lie. The madder I get, the better I get at everything. Everything. Especially fighting. But I was enraged at a simple thing that doesn't ever have to happen but keeps happening because people won't take accountability and people won't grow up and do the right thing. Which also pisses me off. Because something so simple that, making a phone call to some people who have children instead of just saying, oh, I'm going to make my oldest son do it even though he doesn't have kids, so he shouldn't be stuck with kids that's not his. But that's been the thing. And it's been a whole lot of things that's been the driving force of my depression. And most of that shit has been family. And I'm making life changes or I'm going to die trying. I do have an acting company that has been so gracious to keep sending me stuff. And I have signed on with them. And now I just have to get access to my portal because I've been with them since June, I think. I want to say June. And no, July. The other one was with June, and I left them because I couldn't afford them. But $40 a month ain't bad when you don't have a real job. And I get paid $200 and something a month for the Army. I can't get full benefits until I get married or knock a girl up. We have to prove that the baby is mine. Who wants that shit? No, when I get married, it's going to be a one-shot deal, and I'm praying like hell is with the girl I mentioned about 5 minutes ago. And some of the other, the rematch, that girl, the wrestler. I'm praying for a miracle, and I'm dreaming big, but there's nothing wrong with being depressed as long as you can get some help. When you get depressed, above all else, do not let suicide even be a thought. Alright? Now, in my case, so I can practice what I preach, I'm not going to lie to you guys here. I have been suicidal for a very long time. Probably since I was 7 years old. I was reckless. But I was reckless because I wasn't getting loved. I wasn't being loved. I wasn't being treated right. And then There's those childhood fights that I was forced into. Victory was all I had, man. Because I knew if I won, I'm going to be loved. So I never lost. Because it was the only way that I could be loved. And then when I got into the military, I found like real love. Bros were fucking willing to die for your ass in the training camp. And they'd be like, yo, we ain't going to let you down, Williams. We got you. We got you. To have somebody have your six like you find in the military, ain't no feeling like that on earth. Outside of the 4 bros that I named, Courtney, Adrian, BJ, Russell, in any order. Oh, I left off 2. I'm sorry. J Diz and CLS. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave y'all off. Because all of those guys have literally been there for me. They are my family. They are my family. Just like everybody in Bravo, except for that jackass from New York. And everybody in Delta. Everybody in Bravo and Delta, man, you guys have no idea how much your love for me has kept my ass alive. Special shout out to Fusco and Lowe's, because I know that they don't remember me, but I ain't forgotten them, because one of them looks just like Vin Diesel. I love you, brothers, man. They were re-upping when I was getting in, so they were good guys, man, good guys. And special thanks to the United States Army for letting me be a part of it. Now, as I end this video, I want you guys to understand some things. All right. The suicide hotline is never but a phone call away. If you feel that you are that bad off, there is a suicide hotline in every city that I can think of. I'm pretty sure in every state there's a national suicide hotline as well. I don't have it, so I can't write it down. I have the military suicide hotline, so if you're a vet, you probably already have it because it's in your veterans card things or whatever. I have my veterans card. There's probably nothing that I don't have from the military. That's it. I got the Soldier's Creed up there somewhere, but I can't remember it for shit. But I do have it. I have my Warriors Ethos. I don't leave home without them. But I really don't leave home without my dog tags if I can help it. But just remember, as bad as you have it, there is someone out there who has it just as bad as you, if not worse. And we're here for you. Thanks for watching. It's Comfort Factor number 2. Be seeing you. Try not to get depressed. The main cure for depression is not to get depressed. Only happy thoughts, y'all. And not happy thoughts of Peter Pan. Happy thoughts of me in the Spider-Man 2099 suit. Pray cosplay comes back around. Be seeing ya.